What it do, surprise, Shawty crew? So we can call this Would You Rather Part 2, but I'm actually going to call it I Would Rather Die in Faith. And earlier when I uploaded, I was like, man, I forgot to tell them that part because I've been thinking about that for a few weeks. Like, I would rather die knowing that I had so much faith and I really just chose to believe God for something crazy, no matter what it is. Trust God for something crazy. Like, I would rather just die knowing that I had that amount of faith, calling myself a believer and just living with that amount of faith versus dying and not truly have ever having to step out in faith when it came to anything, let alone everything. Okay, come on, Holy Spirit. And so that's the biggest part of, like, would you rather, walk by sight, walk by faith, and we're going to choose faith. And so I want y'all to go read Hebrews chapter 11. It gives such a good account, right? Verse 13 specifically, like, I went to go read verse 1, but then I kept reading, and verse 13 was like, what? Confirmation. Like, right, all these died in faith. They had faith. Like, when they died, they had did this thing that we all read about now. And I think I hit on that in a community post once, like, hey, like, I always admired the resilience, the bravery, the strength, the faith of the Bible story characters. But what a lot of people miss is, like, hey, yo, like, faith didn't just stop with them. God still calls us to live a life of faith. And so although I was always inspired by it, admired it, and was like, wow, that's amazing, never in my life did I think that I would have to step out in faith like this, especially not in this particular area, but definitely not like this, right? So I just want y'all to be mindful of that. If you've always been inspired and knowledgeable of, these stories, and you are a modern day believer, like a believer today, what in you thinks that you get to exempt that you don't have to walk by faith and not by sight, no matter what the area is? Okay? So, particular areas of my life, no, it's not that hard to believe, like, hey, like, it's gonna happen. It wasn't that hard, whether it was a generational blessing up on us or whatever. But when you talk about curses and stuff that gotta shift and change and stuff that ain't that easy to attain and things that everyday people not obtaining, right? I would rather die in faith. I would. So just go read the whole chapter and I'll let y'all. Because at the end it also says there were some that received good words in faith, but they didn't get the promise. I don't want to die wandering. Like, I received it in faith, but I didn't obtain the promised land. No, thank you. Also, or the promise. Also, with that, earlier when I had said the other side of the rainbow, that came to me during that video. And I was thinking on it driving back home, like, for some, you're really on the other side of the rainbow. And when we think about the rainbow, we know that that's the covenant. Like, this whole time you've been on your journey to the promised land, you've been trying to figure it out, but you're finna find yourself on the other side of the rainbow, meaning on the other side of the promise. So you're not waiting for it. You're not journeying, fighting to get to it. You on the other side, like, you there at the other end with the pot of gold, whatever the thing is with the end of the rainbow, but it's really abundance. And one of my words for this year was golden. So, hey, turn up. Okay? That's it.